maybe they did save the best for last. This is the Star Wars Death Star 2 2024 UK 50p silverproof coin. Okay, well, I'll be forgiven for saying this every single time, but they may well have saved the best for last with this. I said it with the X-Wing, and yeah, I said it with the TIE Fighter, and maybe just this is the best one they've done yet. Now this coin, the Star Wars Death Star 2 50p silverproof coin, for me, the colorized coin version of this, in person, not just through the lens, in person, this one is probably the best one they've done, in my opinion, the colorized one, because it's just phenomenal. I mean, the colorized version of it, it's slightly different from the Kubro Nickel one, because you don't really get any grained elements of it. It kind of almost looks like they've done a matte version of the Death Star over the top of it, so it's like fully colorized with. So, but it you can kind of see the lines come through it a little bit. Let me see what I can adjust this light again. I'm always playing with my lights to try and get this one. So it looks like they've literally just printed a picture of the Death Star on it, which again doesn't quite gel with how I would have preferred them to do it. However, you know, there's an argument to say they did this with the others. I may have to check that out, but again, I do like the look of it. I like the look of it. I like the look. The Death Star is very imposing on it. If you look at the Kubro Nickel, which I'll put here next to it, if I can, there, see, you've got very, very kind of grained lines in it. It's actually kind of it's etched in it. This version of the 50p silverproof kind of looks more like it's just been printed on the coin. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because it looks amazing. I love the look of it. The Death Star is very imposing on it. It's almost like a separate layer from the silver. It's like they've almost taken what would be effectively just a veneer of the print and just kind of stuck it on there. And they may well have done that, but you know, it looks very different from the Kubro Nickel, and I don't know whether I was expecting them to kind of find some midpoint with it, because if you look there, you don't really see many etch lines. You can kind of see them come through. Maybe they printed it too thick, I don't know, but overall it looks great from a distance. When I opened it, I went, wow, that looks so much better. But you know, obviously you've got different. This looks great. This looks like a completely different coin, which I was not expecting. I was kind of expecting more of this, but colorized. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it does look great, and it does really capture the Death Star. But for me, it's just such a contrast between this and this. I can't kind of get over it. And it's obviously you've got the security feature at the top, which is here, which goes from, if I can get it right, again, it's always playing with it to see whether you can see it on camera. It kind of moves from the Death Star to, you can't really see it on this, and my light just happens to always be at the wrong angle, unfortunately. But yeah, basically you've got a security feature here, which when you rotate at different angles can move between the Death Star image and the what you can see here, which is going to be the Imperial sigil. You've got Lucasfilm in the corner there. It is the Death Star, and it has Star Wars on it. You've got the nice Starscape, which has been etched in the silver proof, and the silver proof is super reflective, which turns out black on the camera, which looks great. You do have Jennings King on the back there, which is Charles III, Defender of the Face, etc., and 50 pence 2024, and it is a silver proof coin. We'll take a rundown of the vital statistics of this coin very quickly. So overview on this is it's just 7,500 coins of these available. They're strucking 95 sterling silver and finished to a proof standard, and it's the only edition of Death Star 2 silver proof coin to feature the colour printing. So you only get it on the silver proof, apparently, and this is what it says on the site. Only edition of Death Star 2 silver proof coin to feature colour printing. Okay, that's right. Only edition of the silver proof coin, because I thought the Brilliant Circulated there's a colour one as well. It's the only coin in the range presented in acrylic block. Well, we get that with standard, but the acrylic block is quite nice. You get the kind of the Starscape that it sits in here, so it sits inside there effectively, and that looks good. That looks good, but I preferred that with the Millennium Falcon because it kind of fit with the cannon, because that Starscape is very iconic. Obviously, it's got the lenticular feature with the insignia that we've already gone over, and it's licensed product from Disney Lucasfilms. We're going to get into the coin specifications. This is a 50p, obviously. Maximum mintage. It said 7,500 on the site just a minute ago, and now it's contradicting itself, saying 7,510, because obviously they keep 10 back for archive purposes and various other things. The alloy is 95 sterling silver. The weight for the silver coin is 8 grams. Its diameter across is 27.3 millimeters. Obviously on the back it's Martin Jennings King Charles, and on this side it is a Lucasfilm limited image. Quality is proof 2024 and metal type is silver. And I'm still really torn on this one at the moment, because it's like, if you look at this here, they're almost like they are two different coins. And right now, while I'm talking about this, I'm going to actually get out, if I can, the one of the other ones, which I think I have sitting on my table here. I believe I have what is going to be the X-Wing. And yeah, so if you bear with me 1 second, I will get the X-Wing out. Okay, so we have jumped down the rabbit hole a little bit looking at these coins, because I've never really actually compared them side by side and actually looked at the differences between them. So this is an interesting one. Now obviously here we have the Death Star here, and you can see the difference in design completely, because the colorized version kind of takes all of the etched lines away completely and just gives you the full image, which is interesting, and I do like it. So I'm going to zoom out a bit here, and we're going to check it out, because I also have here, I said I was going to get the X-Wing, but the next one I actually picked up was the TIE Fighter. So we're going to do the TIE Fighter quickly. This is obviously a diatribe from a standard review, because I'm looking at a different coin as well, just for clarity. So obviously we've got the reflection in here. I'm going to zoom in here just a second. So if you look at the coins here, again, this is more of the same. However, I do feel that in other designs, because the design of the colorized piece didn't take up so much room, it effectively didn't compromise the design. Because you see here quite well, the lines are all maintained quite well with the TIE Fighter and TIE Fighter here. But if you actually look at the Death Star, which we will now, it's so much of the image, it's almost like they just printed on a coin. And again, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, because it looks great, but it does. But it's effectively, I feel like the design's slightly compromised, because it's effectively been printed on the coin. I mean, you look here. Here we go. The TIE Fighter's there. You've pretty much got the same design, the same lines and everything, and it's clear cut that it is what it is. And whereas this, this just looks like Death Star's been printed on the coin, which isn't a bad thing. I'm saying I do like it, and this is very good for display purposes. It looks great, but this here for me is more pure of what a coin should be. And but yeah, overall, I guess it's a point of debate, really. I feel like the Brilliant circulated version of the coin definitely brings out kind of the elements of the design more. This looks more like what I would expect to see on a coin. This looks more like just it's been printed on, and that's where I'm a bit disappointed. Overall, as a set for display, these ones are great, because look, this is going to look great next to that. But look at the difference in the two as well. For me personally, this one here pops. This one here is just missing something. And it's bad, because when you look at them from a distance, and I'm looking at them physically, not obviously through the lens or anything, this one catches my eye a little bit more than this one. But when I look at this one's fine features, I prefer this. The TIE Fighter wins for me on all of them. So yeah, interesting. I might have to do a video discussing all the coins and going through them all. I think that might be worth taking a look at them, because I've got like the 1 ounce ones, I've got the colorized, I've got the Brilliant and circulated. So we'll take a look at the whole vehicle series and the next one. But yeah, I've kind of gone down the rabbit hole with this. But overall, I do like the Death Star coins, silver, especially this silver proof coin. But for me, I kind of prefer this as a coin, but as a display design, I like this. So maybe it won on one front and lost on another, who knows. But it's quite with colorized coins, it's quite hard to get it 100%. So overall, great coin and a great coin. But we're looking at the silver proof. Overall, for the silver proof, I would say that it is a really nice coin. To sum up though, I kind of just feel like these coins could have been I know this coin could have been so much more. When obviously they to colorize it, they have to make a choice between compromising the lines of the design on the coin and just having the image itself. But you see here the angle, it kind of looks like it's just been painted on, and there's no actual coin etching on it or anything like that, and it's just a separate layer. And for me, that kind of compromises the whole idea of a coin itself. That the design should kind of be engraved effectively. I mean, again, here this looks like an engraved line with the outline is very clearly of the TIE fighter, very clearly kind of lined separately against this nice shiny surface, whereas majority of the coin is the Death Star here. And well, that's the element of how they do it. I guess for me it kind of compromises it as a coin itself and makes it more kind of a piece of metal art, I guess. However, overall I still like this. I think it's great for a presentation. It's going to look great with having them all together, and that's one good thing about this collection. However, it's just a shame that when compared to the Kubrow Nickel, I kind of think they could have mixed the elements of the Kubrow Nickel in with this a little bit more and blended the styles a bit more. It would have, for me, popped a little bit more. If maybe they compromised on the color a little bit to maybe make the lines pop out a bit more, then that would have been it. But overall, still a solid coin. And I came into it thinking, wow, this is great. And the more I looked at it, the more I realised that it's missing something. But still, overall, loved the series. The vehicle series is great. I'm going to bring them all together, and we can have a look at the 1 ounce coins and the 50p's all together, and maybe just go through them and just look at them and admire them in a video, and not necessarily gripe too much about what could have been, but just look at them because they are all nice. Anyway, still a lovely coin set.